we'll continue to do so.
Well, here we are. I've just been to the RVI at Newcastle, just dropping some samples off. And now I'm on my way home.
Best centre midfielder
So we'll have a nice journey back.
And you can see how much he brings to the team.
Nice to get a break from the
off the ball as well.
city centre, to be honest with you.
Over the last few seasons is against City have an amazing resilience. There are players there ready and raring to go and
good time to come to Newcastle as well, like I say, because it's not rush hour, so
there's players there that can definitely step into that space. If we think over the seasons as well, I was chatting to my mate about it earlier.
Like doing this RVI run, because it's so, these hospital runs, it's so simple to get to.
We did lose De Bruyne for half the season, and we thought, well, City will drop off, and we didn't. So I think we've proven, even when we do have a big injury, we're able to kind of, deal with it. We might dip into the market, but in the same breath, I look at, Phil Foden.
Lovely day again today. It's been a miss, this good weather.
That are very accomplished, and I think particularly for me, Phil Foden.
And here we are. We just left the hospital and we're straight onto the road home.
To see how his game really kicks on, because I still don't think we've seen near his full potential yet. I don't know about you. So.
You weren't tempted to go out on a bit of a jolly to Greece tonight for the game?
No, I did think about it, but I'm going away next week, so unfortunately I'll hold it down. I've got a few mates coming around tonight. We'll put some food and I'll watch it from the living room, but it would have been nice, but hopefully there'll be a few more.
And there we go.
And you're currently in World on Fire on the Beeb, aren't you?
Yeah, it seems to be going down really well. I think, considering it was 4.5 years, 4.5 years since the first series aired. We were never sure how was it going to land, or more people come back to the show. But
It's quite humid today.
people have taken to
Make sure we
it.
drink plenty of fluids.
And it's brilliant from Peter. I think Jonah's class as the lead, and it's a real privilege to be a part of the show. And then cracking on filming the Bay.
So hope you're enjoying these journeys with me.
So it's nice to have been up there as well.
Brilliant. Nice one, Kel. We'll catch up with you soon. Enjoy the game.
Thanks for having me as always. Have a lovely afternoon.
Thank you, Kel Spellman there. Actor and Manchester City fan. As we said, Adrian and Scott, I'll keep you in touch with that this evening over in Greece. Just very quickly, we did ask you, Sandro Tonali was spotted in...
Yeah, well done England today, beating Australia 3-1. They're at the World Cup final.
Here. No one's going to beat this one from one of the listeners. 20 years ago,
Get in.
this is all true, I promise. He said, I had a day out in London with my ex-missus. This honestly all happened to us. First, we were walking through Regent's Park. We saw Julian Clary with his pug. A couple of hours later, London Zoo with the greatest ever goalkeeper, Neville Southall, feeding sardines to a penguin. Finally, on the same day, Terence Conran's shop saw Mick Jagger buying a bathroom cabinet. What are the odds on that happening? Paulie, it's pretty remote, but we believe you. Thanks for all of those this afternoon. We return tomorrow, myself and Charlie. But you do tell us, Andy, that you have quite the devilish birthday spread for us.
Yes, it's going to be a very volatile contest. I'm looking forward to it.
Brilliant. Okay.
Yeah, picked up good passengers today.
And Duncan Murray, the third Murray.
Oh, nice.
Will be, joining us.
No bother.
His mother, Judy, you may not know.
So I've got a nice view of a skip wagon in front of us now.
Not great at tennis. Judy and Duncan will tell us more when they join us on the show tomorrow. Until then, have a fine
At least he's
evening.
got a net over the top. Some of them bloody don't. It's flying off.
On TalkSport with Tool Station. Celebrate the new season with everyday great value on hundreds of trade and DO.
Got a problem.
Everyone loves Bruce Lee.
Because Bruce Lee never got into the Empire Culture Wars.
No, he didn't.
If you think about it, it was karate.
So that's where we're heading. Hexham at A69.
That's an accurate summary, I think, of him. What if, though, on the other side of the cultural wall, we suspect that perhaps a statue of Chuck Norris should be there facing Bruce Lee?
Oh, that's brilliant. Would you mind if I use that tonight at the show?
I don't mind, no.
Yeah, thank you. Because, again, I could say...
This is the BBC balance in action.
This is what I'm saying. Chuck Norris and Chuck Norris and Bruce Lee.
Yes.
As an answer to all these...
Yes, these runs really help to break the day up.
Also, like when you're stuck in a very contentious debate about,
I'm going to take my boys swimming.
Diamond, this and that, and you can't win the argument.
It's only for an hour, and then I can relax for the night.
I win the argument by just randomly bringing up Paraguay for no reason. So when people say I have forensic evidence that so and so got stolen from India, and I'll just say, what about Paraguay? And no one's expecting that, so they say, what about that? And then it gets
This is the only real busy section, and then we'll clear through.
Answers to cultural debates.
Right, okay, so just by simply saying the word Paraguay,
Yes.
it diffuses the tension currently around the culture wars.
Well, they just think that, you know, this person is a little bit mentally.
Chance to win weekly and monthly prizes.
They say, oh, you know, he's just a man going around wearing you.
Scores and the cash could be yours. New season, more prizes, more ways to win than ever before with Super 6. Download the app and enter for free by 3 p.m. Saturday. 18 plus T's and C's apply.
The Oak Furniture Land.
Feels like having a day off when you come in here because you just get a break from all the traffic lights, and
Every range. Whatever your style, find furniture.
it's a road I'm so familiar with, the A69. I used to travel up there from Sunderland to the caravan up in Torquay,
For a comfy sofa, they're always
practically all my life.
So don't miss out. Get great savings on furniture with lasting value you can trust. Only in the bank holiday sale at Oak Furniture Land. On now.
Join the nation's biggest football conversation on TalkSport with Nissan's All-Star fans. Listen to Hawksby and Jacobs this Tuesday afternoon from 1 and get expert pre-game analysis, the latest team news.
Been one of them days today where it's gone really quick,
Which
is good. And Thursday, Friday, the weekend is here.
Taking the pulse of the UK's most passionate supporters on TalkSport with Nissan's All-Star van
The
live.
Friday feeling every week.
Star quality.
DAB, online, on your mobile, on the app, and on your smart speaker. The FIFA Women's World Cup 2023. Talk Sport.
Hit these little roundabouts.
Talk Sport. With Tool Station. Download the Tool Station app and access over 25,000 trade quality products in just a few taps.
Hello, good afternoon. Next up, of course, is Drive Time. Yeah, with me, Andy Gosling, the superstar is Darren Bent alongside. Lots coming up between now and 7. We're talking about Harry Maguire, a bit later on, Lionel Messi. Features in our show as well. But we're going to start, of course, talking about the Lionesses through to the final, the World Cup final on Sunday. It's live on TalkSport, by the way. It kicks off at 11 a.m. We'll be asking the question, can you change a winning team? Not just with this England team, but just in all sports. Can you change a winning team? 03717 22333.
Nice city, Newcastle.
Meet him and lots of you coming up after the sport. First we've got
Full of trees, just looks nice.
Aussies in their own backyard. The 3-1 England, who regained the initiative after a Sam Kerr equaliser around the hour.
Yeah, a bit tight today. My daughter woke us up in the middle of the night about 5:30 this morning. She had a bad tummy, she needed to go to the toilet. You do these things. She was alright.
The Lionesses return to Sydney for their first ever World Cup final against Spain. You can hear the whole thing on Sunday morning live on TalkSport from 10. Now some bad news for Arsenal. Julian Timber is set for a long spell on the sidelines with an ACL injury. The Gunners have confirmed their summer signing will undergo surgery.
So this is the
On the other side of North
only
London,
bit of
Spurs
hold up we'll have,
talks with Lazio over Hugo
and then we're on our way home.
The former captain wasn't involved in the 2-2 draw of Brentford, having made it clear he wants a new challenge. Plenty more on TalkSport.com's live transfer blog.
Just on this road for one junction.
Retired himself ahead of the 50 over from the 50 over format ahead of the Cricket World Cup. Chris Woakes has also been named in the England squad to play New Zealand next month. So too Surrey youngster Gus Atkinson, who's in line for his first cap. Inflation dropped to 6.8% last month, down from 7.9% in June. That according to new
Lovely new road surface on here.
to apologise for a glitch which left customers with
Super smooth.
cash despite not having the right funds in their accounts. For more news in depth, head over to Times Radio or TV.
Oh, it's so much better driving when the weather's like this. Like, it just makes it feel so much better.
Quickfit.com for an aircon recharge, MOT and tyres, so you can drive away happy every time.
Feeling warm today, plenty of sunshine about. Cloudier across the northeastern Scotland though, with a possibility of rain.
DAB, on AM, on the app, and on your smart speaker. Talk Sport Drive. Get into gear for a new drive home.
To the motorway of sport.
Talk Sport
now. Bit of a bottleneck squeeze here because we've got traffic coming from the A1M, from Sunderland Way, Metro Centre, and that's it. We're home and dry. Dual carriageway. We're on our way home. Carlisle 53, but I ain't going as far as that. I'm doing 70 mile an hour on the motorbikes, just flying past us like I'm standing still. No wonder why they get killed.
Really good game. See the highlights that was then. Some incredible goal, by the way. I mean, Ellerton's goal, bang. Sam Kerr's goal. What a strike, triple smash, but some girls are flying, they're purring, and good luck to them. I mean, it almost looks like when they get to this stage, because they won the Euros not that long ago, when I'm watching them play now, it's almost like there's a common confidence that they know, and even the manager, I think that's where it comes from. Because when you look at Serena Williams' face, regardless of what's going on the pitch, she just never looks phased. Never ever looks phased. Good luck to them. I think they can beat Spain. They beat them in the, I think it was the semis, beat them in the final of the Euros. I want to say, was it one of them semis or the final? But either they beat them before. They can do it again.
We'll come back to that in just a moment. We'll tell you what else we've got coming on today's show. A bit later on, we'll be talking about Harry Maguire, the deal for he to go to West Ham. It looks dead now in the water. One of the questions we'll be asking, I mean, it's all over money. My understanding is it's all over money. Manchester United wouldn't have given him enough compensation for what he would have lost. This is what I'm reading in the newspapers. With the 2 years left on his contract, going up to West Ham, taking a drop in wages, etc. So the two sides couldn't come to an agreement there. But either way, he won't be playing first team regular football for West Ham, of course, or European football as well, the Europa League. Are you surprised that he's decided against that? And also, does it make it more difficult now for
We're uploading a few more songs. Upload another one tonight.
First choice of Manchester United now.
Yeah, I don't like it. I think it shows a lack of complacency. Lack of ambition, but it's almost like there's a big tournament at the end of the season. He's got an opportunity to go to a club that achieved great classes in the Premier League, recruited really well in the Conference League, recruited really well in Marchenko, Prowse, and players like that. And he can be brought up, and I think he'd have been an excellent signing. The fact that he'd rather go and sit on Manchester United bench, because don't forget, there are players that don't even play centre half. I'm not sure they're playing anything. Lindelof is anything, Griffin's anything, Martinez. Now, if he feels that he can sit on the bench all season and get picked, I think eventually give himself to go and have something, because there's a lot of centre halves out there. Nico Kovac, no one knows, it seems to me now, just won the Euros, Greenman. He's going to be pushing for a start if he's playing just regular first team football. The fact that Maguire has decided to stay at Manchester United and knows he's not going to play, to me shows a lack of ambition, shows a lack of anything.
Okay. We'll be talking about that a bit later on, talking of lack of ambition. Excuse me, Simon Jordan was on earlier on talking about his football club, Crystal Palace, about the fact they could be letting a couple of top stars go, and he's questioning their ambition as well. We're talking about that in this hour. Just a quick word on that. I mean, what are Crystal Palace when the season begins, when the ball is kicked? What are Crystal Palace? Sides are admitting that just need to survive another year in the Premier League.
I think they're better than that, but I do always think they're always looking to try and get into that top 10. That's going to be incredibly difficult, especially when we lose, which I think was not within the right time. But I really
Nice to be back at work again, earning.
take this team forward after
Some propeller aeroplane coming into land.
losing these to Chelsea now, so let's just get it was
We're not far from Newcastle Airport, really.
the aims for the season. For Crystal Palace, it's more than just staying up. I always believe every single season a club like that should be looking for top
It's such a shame shame this road isn't dual carriageway all the way.
It's tough now. There's so many big, decent clubs that aren't even good enough to get top 4. It's so effectively, it's like 3 leagues, right? It's like top 4, top 6 maybe. Then from there down to 10, and then the rest down to 6.
I think for Palace, I was really excited about seeing them two, because they are two best players, as in say 10 club football.
Okay, we'll talk about that a bit later on.
How could you not enjoy this job? Brilliant. Love it. Love it, love it.
Snooker Chapman as well keeps texting me about Kevin De Bruyne, how much Man City will miss him, and how much Erling Haaland's going to miss him. Said he was responsible for 20 goals last season. Do you think it's going to be a massive loss for Man City? Because you're someone from coming in, I think it's a genius for Phil. Right, Kevin De Bruyne, you know, he's had quite a few big injuries of late, or certainly injuries that have kept him out of the side for long spells. I just wonder now if Manchester City as a club will be looking ahead now and start thinking about his replacement. I know they've been linked to West Ham. I just wonder if this might be the kick, the little push forward that Man City need to start thinking about the future rather than.
Yeah, they definitely need to get someone in. That's a fact. We can't hide that fact. They need to go and do something in the transfer market. I know they've got a lot of good players, but Oscar Mourinho, he's gone for France. They've gone to Inter anymore. Do you know what I mean? There's Boris has gone. Do you know what I mean? That was from the players. So I'd expect before the window shuts, Manchester City's going to do some kind of business because they need to.
That and so much more coming up, of course, but there's only one place we can start the show, and that's on the back of the Lionesses. They beat Australia 3-1 earlier this morning to reach the World Cup final. They'll face Spain, it's live on TalkSport this Sunday, 11 AM. Let's hear now from the England manager, Serena Meekman. She spoke to TalkSport after the match about how well her side played against such a hostile crowd.
The whole picture was like this game, but how we went to the tournament and how we won this game in an incredible environment. But of course, well, 80,000, 85,000 people behind Australia. So of course it will be a tough game. It's a good team. They grew in the tournament. It's an away game for us. But then winning 3-1 is just really incredible. And even sometimes have hard times, but I thought we played well.
Now we're going to talk about England in just a moment. One of the questions we'll be asking, of course, is can you change a winning team? This is on the back of Warren James missing a couple of games. Alan Toon looks like the player that would have to give way. Can you change a winning team? 0371722 We'll get Benny's view on that in just a moment. But a bit of breaking news this afternoon. They released a statement now in the future of Mason Greenwood. He's TalkSport's Ben Fletcher with more Fletcher.
Indeed, it's more of an update, I suppose, to a conclusion. United have indeed released a statement in a nutshell. No decision yet. I'll paraphrase that statement as much as I can. Following the dropping of all charges against Mason Greenwood in February 2023, Manchester United has conducted a thorough investigation into the allegations made against him. They say they've drawn on extensive evidence and context not in the public domain. They've heard from numerous people with direct involvement to our knowledge of the case throughout the process, but while they're respective of the alleged victim, central to their inquiries, they respect her right to life and anonymity. On top of that, they say they have responsibilities to Mason as an employee, as a young person who's been with the club since the age of 7, and as a new father with a partner. They say the fact-finding phase of the investigation is now complete. They're in the final stages of making a decision on Mason Greenwood's future. Contrary to what you may have seen, read or heard in the media, the decision is yet to be made. It's currently the subject of what they call intensive internal deliberation. The responsibility ultimately rests with the United CEO. The first people to find out that decision will be the internal and external stakeholders at the club. They end the fact that while saying it's been a difficult case for everyone associated with Manchester United, they understand the strong opinions it's provoked based on the partial evidence in the public domain. They ask for patience as they work through the final stages of this carefully considered process. So, recap, no decision on Mason Greenwood yet. They are close to one though, they're in the final stages. The CEO will have the final say. The people
Was the white van man in a hurry there?
will be the first to know what United intend to do with Mason Greenwood.
Thanks as always, Fletcher. We're going to bring you more on that throughout Drive this evening. Still to come later, we'll discuss Harry Rising in future after he turned down regular football at West Ham, and we'll discuss Crystal Palace's expectations. This is Drive on TalkSport.
TalkSport, live with Motorpoint. There's no car like
Lionesses, it just seems to be one big family, and I think that's so important.
And what about Serena Wigman's kind of made every correct step so far. Does she have her on the bench for the final, or does she come straight back into the 11?
It is. It's a great headache to have, isn't it? And I think credit to Ella too. You know, to start the tournament and then get dropped for Lauren James, and then she really lights up the World Cup with them two games and 2 performances, 3 goals, 3 assists in 2 games. Then gets the red card, so then Toon is called upon again, and to show that mental resilience to come back into the game today to score that goal and such an important goal for England. I think she'll start the final. I think she deserves her spot. I don't think the team will change, but I do see Lauren James coming on very early in the second half, and potentially she could be the game changer.
Natasha, lovely to talk to you. Great that you agree with Brian. I think you'll be the first of many this afternoon. What are you doing? What are you doing for the final? Because interestingly now, if people haven't predicted, there'll be weddings and all sorts going on Sunday.
I will be in the same spot I have been all tournament, on my sofa, enjoying the game.
A lucky spot.
Yes, definitely.
Sheldon from Big Bang Theory. Natasha, great to talk to you.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Just a reminder then, you can hear the final on Sunday here live on 5 Live on the BBC Sounds app. So I know what you're about to say, Michelle. So before you're about to say what we're about to say, shall we remind ourselves of Ella Toon's goal, the first goal for England this afternoon? Got them all on the box. So if anyone wants just to text me 3, 2 or 1, I can play them at any point ahead on here.
Beautiful control from Russo. Back to him. To the 19. What a goal from the 18.
Just so good. This
Hope England do win the World Cup. It'd be great for women's football, I think.
in Tinsley, where her friends and family were gathered to watch the game.
It'll help it even further after winning the Euros. Put the blokes to shame.
Well, we can speak now to the BBC's Isabel Fry. Isabel, you were there in the Union Arms pub. You've been there all day. To be honest, that atmosphere almost sounds more fun than being at Stadium Australia. How's your day been?
I totally agree with you, Michelle. I think that was probably the best place to be. I'm upset for everyone who wasn't there to experience the incredible atmosphere that it was at the Union Arms in Tilsey. I mean, everyone was just up on their feet the whole game. Atmosphere was up, they were jumping, screaming, there were tears. Everyone was just ready to see it, and as soon as Ella Toon scored, the whole atmosphere changed and they were ready to take on the game.
I can imagine what is so lovely about this, Isabel. It was a real family affair throughout the day, wasn't it? And obviously going into the game, everybody had their predictions, but nobody could, have expected Ella Toon, whilst you're with Ella Toon's family, to have scored the first goal in the first half. What was the reaction like in the pub?
I know what you mean. I mean, the perfect place to be, but everyone that I was talking to, I was with her aunt, her cousin, they were all saying, this is her game, we know this is gonna be her game, she's gonna come on, she's gonna prove to everyone why she's on the team. But the pub just erupted when she scored that goal. I don't think anyone was expecting it to be that soon and that good of a goal. I mean, there were tears everywhere because this community are just behind Ella. They were saying to me, Ella's just our Ella. She's just our Ella. We see her walking down the street. She comes into the pub. She's just that girl that they've seen kicking around the football since she was really little. So the pride that came out of that pub when she scored that goal, it made me emotional, honestly.
I bet. I mean, spending the whole day there, Isabel, and just being out in the town as well as in the pub, you've almost soaked it all up, all that love and admiration for Ella. It must have been quite something.
100%. I felt like I was part of the family. I was taken in. Everyone was chatting me the whole time. They all knew it was going to be great. Even after we were all stood outside, there's a huge mural of Ella on the side of the pub. People were driving past, beeping their horns, shouting out their windows. That whole community is a little hub there for Ella. And
Squashing bugs on the windscreen.
Ready to see her take to the game and score that goal.
Well, we're going to be speaking to Ella's aunt Nicola, best mate Shauna, cousin Molly later on. What happened at the end of the match then, Isabel? Did everybody stay in the pub? Are people still there? Have people gone back to work?
So I think a lot of people did have to head back to work, but the main thing I saw was people booking tables to get back in on Sunday. Everyone had stayed around, they were all chatting, we all gathered outside one bit to get a nice picture outside of the mural.
Nice and Hexham.
Ella's nan, she's like my nan. It just felt like it was one big family there, even though her family were there. It was a big extended family that everyone was just so excited to share this with each other.
And a great day for the locals in the pub and the landlord Sharon for the pub as well.
The landlord Sharon was having a great time. I think she was a bit stressed, it was so busy, and then she was like, I don't know what I'm going to do on Sunday getting everyone in here. But Ella had actually sent the landlord Sharon a shirt from Australia, a World Cup shirt, and she was wearing it around, telling everyone how proud she is of Ella. And I think this one, she was just in her prime, you know, talking to everyone, getting everyone in, and everyone having some food and drinks and having a great time.
What an experience. So, Isabella, are you going to be back there on Sunday?
I really hope so. I'm hoping I get told, this is where you're going on Sunday. We're like, alright, like, if I have to.
Just bed in with the family. Because you could be the lucky charm. You know, a lot of people say, whatever happens to win whatever match, you just need to do exactly the same for the next match, whether it's wear the same clothes, go to the same place, speak to the same people. So maybe you're just going to have to do it.
If that's what I have to do, then, you know, I'll take one for the team. I'll go down again and watch it with them.
Tough job, Isabel. Great to speak to you. Brilliant that it's been such a fun day. BBC's Isabel Fry there. It is 4:21.
I'm sure, I won't hear a word said against her. I'm sure our tune's nan is lovely. But we have got the nan of the match coming on the show later on. Lucy Bronze's nana, who's been a constant fixture on the show.
Yes.
Constantly threatening to hit the Prosecco every time we get in. She hasn't done it yet, but reaching a final may have tipped her over the edge.
Surely she's got to be on the Prosecco now, Tony.
Gloria will be on the show.
Coming to the end of the dual carriageway now.
So look, we were talking about how you celebrate. By the way, Ron the Whole Blade has been on the gold jukebox. He says, yes please Tony, can we have number 3? So this is Alessia Russo's defining goal for England this morning. Kind of wrapped it up. Let's have a listen.
She plays it to Russo. Russo inside the area. History for England. They are heading for their first ever Women's World Cup final.
Well, so we've already heard the reaction in Ella Tombs Low Cup, but individuals or groups in pubs and clubs and offices and cars and factories were no doubt tuning in, watching or listening. Radio 1's Newsbeat was watching the game with
heavy clouds. Don't think we're forecast rain.
Money on work reporter Peter Ruddock has spent the
It's looking bright to where I'm going, mind.
Joins us now. Hi Peter, how's Newcastle treating you?
Afternoon, it's gorgeous weather. Gorgeous weather.
That's
Very
good.
beautiful day.
Oh, you're having a good time. So the inflation figures came out this morning. As ever, Peter, you've been across it all for us. Now, very, very good. One of the Prime Minister's main pledges, wasn't it, was halving inflation. He's spoken about this a lot, but what I'm still struggling to get my head around is where are we halving it from? When we know that we've reached it, how long will it take for it to be halved?
That is a lot of very good questions. So, so the Prime Minister made this pledge in November, and at the time inflation was at 10.7%. So prices rising at 10.7% from a year earlier. However, he talked about the end of this year, and you could almost, as in it was a target for this year as a whole. So you could argue he was talking about from the beginning of the year, at which point inflation was 10.5%. So there's a bit of wiggle room on this, and the Prime Minister was asked about this about a month or so ago. I mean, he unsurprisingly refused to be drawn on what the exact target would be. He essentially said, people at home aren't worried about whether it's 5.2 or 5.3.5 or 5.4. He said essentially people just want to see things getting easier. We will judge the target, I would imagine, on December's inflation figures, but of course they don't come out until January. Realistically, I think it's at the end of this year he'll be judged, and that, I guess, is November's figures. So a lot of numbers and months and figures in that. But the key, of course, is that a lot of the things that are driving inflation arguably are out of the government's control. So we will wait and see how that target goes.
So does this information give us any indication, Peter, that things might get a little brighter, that the financial pressure on people might ease?
Well, there is some good news in here. I mean, look, we've got a 17-month low for inflation, 6.8%. That is important. It's a bit higher than some analysts had expected, but it's clearly down from recent highs. And we were peaking in October at 11.1%, so a lot better than then. Of course, it doesn't mean prices are going down. And when you break into the details, you look at food inflation, that's still running at above 14%. And then we always talk about this thing called core inflation. What on earth is that? Well, essentially, it's when you strip out some of the really volatile price movements, things like energy and food. And that's not moved at all in the last month. It is absolutely stubborn, whether it is. Now, a lot of that we use in the next couple of weeks, that's just pay for things that are essentially a service as opposed to a good. So maybe, an airfare if you want to somewhere, or if you're going to get your hair cut. And that inflation has actually gone up. So it's really quite difficult. I've been listening to some people in Newcastle in Blake Law.
Energy bills for me at the moment, it's still a worry. I'm sort of, what I'm doing now is I'm building my energy up for the winter, because obviously in the summer you don't use much electric, much gas, so I'm trying to, for the shock that comes for the winter. And I'm
Just going along the train line there, linking Sunderland, Newcastle and Carlisle.
But at the same time, I'm still frightened about
Huge difference in prices from walking in the next 70 pence from Monday morning.
There's one coming either way.
Wednesday, 2.50 now. That's 70 pence on a pack of eggs, I think. Something's got to be done about all this in the least. Get off for £40 a week. I want to spend £80 a week. So it's actually double. And because I drive around the summers all the time, diesel is dead expensive. So obviously then it's peaking now and down, and then it's actually coming up again. So job, I
£1.53 a litre for diesel is still ridiculously expensive. Creeping back up again. I don't know why.
Women's World Cup final. Goals coming from Ella 2, Lauren Hemp and Alessia Russo. Here's manager Serena Wiegmann.
I can hardly describe how proud I am of the team because how
Bit of a last minute indication there, fella.
has been adapted all the time before the tournament.
That's why it's important to have 2-second gap behind the vehicle.
We come through and find a way to win again. It's so incredible, so I'm really proud of them.
And she has every right to be. All eyes on Sydney on Sunday, then where Spain awaits. We will have full match commentary here on 5 Live Sport from 10 AM. It's also on BBC One. Tonight from 7, more commentary as Manchester City face Sevilla in the Super Cup. Treble winners will be by Arsenal in the Community Shield and have another chance to lift their first trophy of the season in Athens tonight. Manager Pep Guardiola says it's a special fixture to be a part of.
You cannot imagine how happy we are to be here to play this game because we are to win the Champions League. And this opportunity we want to take it because who knows when we're going to come back here to play this tournament.
Meanwhile, City have agreed a fee for Aymeric Laporte to join Saudi Pro League side Al Nassr. Elsewhere, Harry Maguire will stay at Manchester United and fight for his place after turning down a move to West Ham. Chelsea winger Hakim Ziyech is to undergo a medical ahead of a move to Galatasaray. And Arsenal have confirmed that new signing Urian Timber has suffered an anterior cruciate ligament injury to his right knee and will have surgery in the coming days. To cricket, and Ben Stokes has come out of one-day retirement and will be part of England's World Cup team, defending the trophy in India starting in October. He's been selected in a 15-man squad to face New Zealand, who tour here later this month. England selector Luke Wright says Stokes didn't need much convincing.
The nice thing for us was a case of needing to beg him or anything like that. He was always keen. So actually it was fairly straightforward. It felt like his body was in a good place and had a rest. So he was really keen to play. So it's delighted for Albert and for anyone fans of everyone connected. We absolutely delighted.
Meanwhile, the 100 continues at the Ageas Bowl this afternoon. Southern Brave women and Birmingham Phoenix women currently in action. Adam Mountford can bring us up to date.
And the Phoenix are 24-1, which means another 113 to win from 86 balls the wicket to go. A big one. The New Zealand captain Sophie Devine, her bad run of form in this competition continues, mispulling a short ball from England Ashes star Lauren Bell. That Birmingham score 132 for 4 for the Brave. Actually, Birmingham pulled things back pretty well after submitting Mandana and Danny White added 84 for the opening.
Birmingham Phoenix a bit unlocked.
You know, I admire Boucher made 19, but the bottom of the table Phoenix bowling was pretty tight. And they're in with a
Come up
chance
to halt
here.
whistle
Plenty
now.
at stake for Southern Brave, who can go top with a win. This match live on BBC Sound and the iPlayer 24 for 1. It means they need another 133 to win.
Thank you, Adam. It's also on 5 Sports Extra as well, with the men's game to come later on. And Scotland hedge coach Gregor Townsend says they'll take a nothing-to-lose mentality to the Rugby World Cup next month after naming his squad for the tournament. But former captain Stuart McInally, the Edinburgh hooker who led the side during the 2019 World Cup in Japan,
that bus. Yeah, I'll sail past this, I think. Greenhead Bank.
Despite the result, Melissa was still happy to have a chat with me on the way home.
You just wait there, you plonker. What are you flashing your lights for, you silly sod? I had momentum there. Got rain. See that daft sod there, like trying to overtake the bus. It's like I'm literally on top of him and he wants to pull out. It's like he should have put his foot down a lot earlier. Should have been aware that I was overtaking and I was coming up on the right lane. Excuse me.
So just walking around Sydney in the lead up to the game, did you get that just sense of
Honestly, I think I said yesterday, you know, I was walking around in my jersey and I felt like a rock star. I went to the shops today and, you know, people were like, where did you get your jersey? We've tried to...
Nice clear skies over Carlisle. Nice and bright ahead.
I absolutely am going to be at the final, and I absolutely will be wearing my Lionesses jersey. I can promise you that. I like it. So,
predictions: England versus Spain. What do you reckon?
I'm going to say 2-1 England.
2-1 England. Oh, maybe we'll speak to you again after that, Melissa. You never know.
Absolutely, I'll be there, and I'm really looking forward to that game. It should be something else, and I do believe that England can go all the way now. They're a great side.
prat behind me, you think he's got a bulb out in his car, and he's looks like he's got his full beam on, so one of them will work. So just put my tint down on my mirror. It's friggin' blinding us.
Amongst the huge home crowd in today's game, we managed to find 2 England fans who were there cheering on the Lionesses to victory. I caught up with Ashley and her dad Mike, who were on a packed train home from Sydney. So you were actually there at the match?
Yes, we were there, yes.
So who are you with, Mike?
Ashley, yes.
And has Ashley always been a fan?
She has. She was playing football and always loved the Women's Super League, and she's a keen follower of Chelsea, unfortunately.
I've been watching some of the footage and seeing so many pictures of the stadium and just fans celebrating. Just give us an insight into what it's actually been like being there.
Well, in this particular stadium, the city of Sydney has been absolutely amazing. Throughout the week, the fan parks, the fan zones, pedestrian areas are all littered with Women's World Cup banners and flags. It's just been superb. I just don't think you could have held better. Contrary to be fair, we've been to Brisbane, we've been to Sydney, haven't been anywhere beyond those two. This has been truly amazing, absolutely amazing. So well organised. Just fantastic.
And where are you guys now then?
Outside the train station, trying to get a train back to Sydney Central, which is about 300-400 metres away from the stadium.
Is it busy?
It's terrible. There's thousands and thousands of people. No train.
Come on, Mr. Motorist, it's not 40 miles an hour, it's 60 now on here.
There you go.
It sounds like almost everything's just stopped because the focus has been on this semi-final.
Honestly, people just cannot drive, can they?
Into this match, haven't they?
Absolutely. Yes. There's just thousands of people. People all trying to get home.
Mike, how's Ashley doing? Is she there? Is she buzzing?
She's fine. She's absolutely buzzing. Yes, talk to me as well.
That would be fantastic.
Here we go.
Oh, got up to 50 now.
Did you get worried though when she equalised in the second half?
Oh, 100%. 100%. Well, it's not semi-final, is it? You know, unless it's so close. And I just think both teams played really, really well. We both deserve to be there. Just what a phenomenal game. And also absolutely brilliant.
I mean, me just listening to it.
There he is, the prat.
I was stressed and I was on the edge of my seat, actually being there in the stadium, surrounded by Matilda's fans. What was that like?
No, I was actually on the edge of my seat the whole time before the match started. We were just surrounded by seats. Even just reaching out to get here in the stadium, just surrounded. It was absolutely madness. But it was all really, really banter. And I'm sure lots of the Australian fans will come and watch the England girls in the final next week. So looking forward to seeing them again.
Definitely. And you've always been a fan of women's football, Ashley?
Yeah, football in general, you know, is football towards progressed. I'm a keen supporter of all the kids that the kids 19 and just generally in my everyday life to be honest.
What on earth is he slowing down again for?
Have you seen a change in terms of
He or she?
the kids that you teach? Have you seen a change in terms of the appetite for the sport? Because there's so much more to draw on now, isn't there?
Absolutely, yeah, 100%. I mean, just on a day-to-day level, I'm talking to the kids that I actually teach. It's so refreshing to listen to them doing this, to someone particular, and they that are playing just so close to the games that they go to. So, you know, there are changes in the it just makes me so happy to see that.
Ashley and her dad Mike on a packed train home. I think they were in the station at that point. It was very
It's twats like this that cause accidents, man.
It was someone trying to direct people to the various platforms because it was so busy. But it was good to have a
Absolutely
chat
no
with them.
need.
Well, yeah, and so that's in Australia. There are plenty of celebrations in this country as well. As the Lionesses made their way to the final. Ella Toon's family were watching in her local then when this happened.
nearly home.
Then a nervous, listen, with 3 minutes to go, we turn on the BBC Sport pictures on the iPad on the second phone, which was a minute behind, so we couldn't celebrate till we'd seen and heard it.
Here we are, slow coach arse again.
Now relaxing in the tent.
That's lovely. I've had a message from Tara who said I listened to the win in the car after accompanying my friend to her first baby scan, and on my way back to pick up my 6-year-old daughter from the football course.
Overtake the daft cunt.
She said saved a great goal. Great day.
That's a woman driver, no offence, not a fucking clue. Absolutely not a clue.
Thank you very much to everyone who's telling us about how their Sundays are going to have to change. We've got loads of those texts and we'll get to them in the next hour of the programme. Now though, just away from the World Cup action for a moment, player Lucy connected for sport. This amazing story. Players from the women's rugby team have been praised for saving the victims of a car crash near their training ground. Trowbridge Rugby Club women were finishing a session last week when they heard what was described as a mighty crash nearby, and then cries for help. They rushed over to help 4 people who were injured. And police say, without a doubt, that their actions saved lives. The club's women's lead, Emma Santa George, is now. Hello, Emma. Hi, this is a great story, and I have to say, on the BBC website, there were some brilliant pictures of the team to accompany it as well. What happened? Just hold. We'll try and reconnect with you. We've got 30 seconds. We'll just read a couple of texts while getting the base frustrated. What have we got here? Mark says, I've agreed to take my elderly mother out for the day on Sunday to see some friends and then lunch to Observation Hills. Fortunately, we found a sports bar nearby, so instead of a nice roast, it's ribs and burgers, and they'll have to drive back if we win. She's 84.
Another
That's sign of loving son.
Another Mark in Bristol has said, I'm supposed to be going to look at wedding rings on Sunday. That might be delayed. I managed to watch the last 15 minutes between visits in a shopping centre in Bristol. The delivery truck sat close to me, looked at me strange when I shouted, yes, when the third goal went in.
Right, good. Keep those coming in. We've got Emma back. Hello, Emma. I think so. We left Trowbridge Women's Rugby Club hearing a crash while training. Take us forward from there. What happened next?
Here we are. Home, home, home. Didn't take long.
Right, so what happened next? How did you manage to help?
What we did was we had about 18 that came over, so we split into groups, and just because we're so used to working together and have such a good strong team connection that it just happened naturally. We had about 3 to 4 rugby players.
There we go.
Car passenger. 2 players went to 2 different sides of the road to stop traffic because it's such a small road. If the car came down, the ambulance would be able to get through. One of the girls went running back to call an ambulance, called 999, and we set up a triage situation. So the driver was clearly visually the most injured, so we went to him first, made makeshift tourniquets out of bootlaces, bits of stick. Also because
And thank you for travelling with the Singing Taxi Driver Travels today. See you later. Toodaloo.